Hey there! There's something really powerful about taking a solo road trip, especially later in life. And I've seen it over and over again, not just in my own experience, which is now very broad and wide and spans years and many, many miles, but also in the women who I work with through my business and the ones who've just reached out to me to tell me all of their own stories. I love this part. This idea, this feeling of freedom, of wonder, of experiencing and exploring on your own terms, in your own time, is a bit of an untested chord, I guess, in many people's lives. And they feel drawn to the idea of freedom, but really don't have any idea where to begin. Hey, I'm Bing from Wonder Bing Travel, and for the last 8 years, I have been solo road tripping. When I took my first solo road trip, it honestly didn't feel scary to me at all. I was just so excited. I was full of anticipation. I felt like there was endless possibility, and I had this palpable sense that there was this entire world out there that all I had to do was get in the car and open my eyes and start exploring. And that turned out to be true. It was an intoxicating feeling as I prepared, and I just could not wait to go. Up to that point in my life, while it had been wonderful in many ways, it really just wasn't conducive to solo travel, maybe past the occasional Calgon take me away moment. And if you're of a certain age, that reference means something to you. But now I could just get in my car and I could go. And I could go anywhere I wanted and I could make my decisions as I went on my way. And that itself was almost kind of mind-blowing to me. But boy, did I want to try it. It was incredibly energizing, and over time, I've come to realize that there was also something very powerful about it. And I think that's true especially for women later in their lives, because those extraordinary feelings, the ones of freedom and wonder, they've stayed with me all that time, and they come roaring back every time I even think about a solo road trip, let alone get in the car and actually get on the road. Back then, when I was just getting started, I began a blog, and it was called Just Being Bing. And I think that was a nod to my own sense of freedom at the time. And it was really serving the purpose of sharing my journey with people who knew me. I felt that there were certainly an element of people who thought I was crazy for doing what I was doing, taking off on my own on a solo road trip. As people began reading and then responding, first of all, I thought they might think I was a little bonkers, and there was certainly an element of people who did. But there were women who took time to reach out to me for reasons I would have never imagined, and in a very different ways that opened my eyes to a new reality that I was not the only one who felt this way. These women were so invested, but they were invested in a way that I didn't see coming. They started asking a lot of questions. Things like, how did you pack your car? How long are you gone for? Where are you going? How do you choose your roads? How did you budget? How did you figure out your food? And just on and on and on. And I was fascinated that people cared. And that's when I started to sit up and pay a little more attention to what these women had to say. Because the ones who were reaching out to me, they weren't really interested in my travels so much as they were beginning to see themselves taking a trip on their own. And many of them really, really wanted to do it. But behind their questions were a few consistent clues that really gave me insight into where they were coming from. Because they'd leave comments that would say things like, I don't know if this is really safe, but I'd really like to do it. Or, I wouldn't know where to start. Or the one that was probably the most common is, I don't know if I could really do this on my own. And I would hear the same things over and over and over again. I realized over time it wasn't a lack of desire. It was a lack of certainty, and it was a crisis of confidence in many ways. Because it's not that they weren't capable, it was that they'd never done anything like this before, and they really didn't have anybody walking them through it. And the more that I heard their stories, the more that I realized that this isn't really just about taking a road trip. It was about something that was way bigger. And yes, it is about, and it was about, wanting to seek freedom and wonder for themselves, but feeling totally stumped and totally uncertain how they could create that in their own world, in their own terms. So as time went on, people encouraged me to consider writing a book about solo road tripping. And it did make sense to me that I could put everything that people needed in one place, and it would be so much easier for them. So I took some time and laid out an outline and really tried to put it all together. And it occurred to me very quickly that I could not just tell people how to solo road trip. Yes, I could provide checklists and I could tell them how to navigate and how to budget and how to find the best lodging and where to camp and all those things, even how to take your dog on the road. But I realized that anybody could do that, and that was just a book of checklists and how to. And that really wasn't what was at the heart of solo travel for me, nor was it what people were telling me constantly that really mattered to them. I realized that something was missing, and that something was the why. Why do you want to take a solo road trip? That's when everything shifted for me, and the book went from being a how-to guide to an equipping and inspiring tool that women would be able to use to create and then take their own unique solo road trips with their own wonder-filled adventures and experiences. In fact, what most women need, it really doesn't even fit on a checklist, because they're looking for things, whether they know it or not, they're looking for things like confidence and purpose. They're looking for excitement. They're looking for freedom and wonder, and just opening their eyes to all of the things that are around them that they haven't had the opportunity to really slow down and experience before. They really needed to understand for themselves what they were looking for, because every single person's road tripping experience is unique to them, and that's what makes solo travel so special. They wanted to figure out what kind of experience would be unique to them, and then how in the world they could possibly make it happen. And when you get that piece in place, that why I want to do this, there's so much more motivation behind it, and also it just becomes so much easier for you to navigate. If you don't have that, even the best checklist in the world cannot get you into that beautiful imaginative space that you have and what you actually want to do when you're on your own out there. Because let's face it, there's a big difference between checking things off a list, no matter how much we love to organize, and experiencing the awe and freedom and wonder of everything that is out there, unseen, untapped into, all that wonder that is around the corner. That's what you're looking for. And that's really what led me to write There's Wonder Around the Bend. It is an inspiring guide for solo road tripping, and it's not just to explain how to take a solo road trip, but also to walk women through the entire process for themselves from the inside out. As a Christian, I realized pretty early on in the process that I couldn't share all of the whys of solo road tripping and separate it out from that belief system, because I needed to acknowledge that so much of my why relates to recognizing the glory of God's creation. He created this world for us to live in and to enjoy, and also to seek and find Him in it. So you will find that woven throughout. I know that may not be everybody's thing, but it is 100% how I see the world, and that is my worldview. So it is so much richer for me having that deep, abiding connection to my Creator, to be able to open my eyes and see all of that through that lens when I'm traveling. In the end, it turned out I really didn't know how to equip women without dipping into the inspiring piece as well, because it isn't just about planning a trip, although that certainly is a big part of it. It's about understanding what you are looking for, and also about the confidence, building the confidence to take that first step and creating something that actually feels like freedom to you personally. So the book is about both. It's about helping to equip you and to inspire you, and it helps you to dig through some of the deeper questions. What you want, what matters to you, and then what kind of experience are you really truly trying to create for yourself. And then I walk you through all the practical things, step by step, so you can gain that confidence to get out there and do it on your own. So while you may be taking your trip on your own, you have tons of support to help get you ready. And when you have all the pieces in place, you have the clarity and you have the guidance, then it just becomes so much simpler and much easier, not only just to begin, but also to navigate through all the twists and turns of the experience as you have it, because not everything's going to go exactly according to plan, and that's okay, because some of the most wonder-filled memories of your trip will be the things that you didn't expect. So if you're feeling ready to take that next step, this is the book. There's Wonder Around the Bend. It's an inspiring guide to solo road tripping, And it really is the best place to start because it takes all those things we've been talking about and puts them all into one place. All of the whys and then all of the hows. And it will walk you through it in a way that feels clear and manageable. It's packed with journal entries for things that may help you just work through some of the questions that you have. There's added links. There's just so much to it, and I'm so excited to share it with you. I'll add the link here. It's also in the description below, and then you can grab your copy when you're ready. So if you are in a season of life where maybe, just maybe, a solo road trip feels a little bit possible, but also maybe makes you feel a little bit powerful, then know that this is a great place to start. And you do not have to have everything figured out in the beginning, for sure. You don't need to feel confident at this point. You don't have to have everything figured out. You really just need to be willing to take the first step. And the first step can be really tiny. It can be as simple as figuring out how you can go away by yourself for an afternoon, if that's something that maybe feels big to you, or figuring out how to do an overnight by yourself or even a whole day trip. These are places to begin. So you begin where you're comfortable and then a little bit more. And that's how you grow your confidence. And that's where over time, I have seen women grow and grow and grow because I've walked this road and driven this road with so many hundreds and now thousands of women who are along for this solo road trip ride. And it's pretty fantastic. So wherever you are on that road right now, just know that it's possible and that you are far more capable than you are probably giving yourself credit for. And also, I'm here to help. So if you're ready to take a first step, then absolutely grab a copy of There's Wonder Around the Bend. It's the only resource that's been created to both equip and inspire women to take a solo road trip. If you have gotten something out of this today, consider subscribing to the channel so that you can receive more and more information, tools, resources, tips, and yes, even checklists sometimes to help you with your solo travel adventures. Thanks so much for being with me today. I hope to see you on the road.